The story of the Stardust haunted aviators for generations, a plane that vanished without a trace in 1955. It was a symbol of human ambition, charting a new course over the Arctic, but it never reached its destination. The Stardust disappeared from radar, swallowed by the endless white of the polar ice. The disappearance triggered one of the largest search efforts of its time. Brave pilots scoured the Arctic, but the snow and ice hid every clue. Not a scrap of wreckage was found. The world was forced to accept the loss. The mission was declared a failure, the crew presumed dead, their fate a mystery. As decades passed, the story faded from headlines, but not from the hearts of the families left behind. The legend of the ghost plane became aviation folklore, fueling wild theories, mechanical failure, sudden storms, even espionage. But with no evidence, these were just stories. The truth remained frozen, waiting for the ice to give up its secret. For 70 years, the world moved on, but the families never forgot. The Stardust became a cautionary tale for pilots, a reminder of the Arctic's unforgiving power. Theories swirled, but the mystery only deepened with time. The world had no idea that a changing climate would soon reveal the answer. The Arctic, once a silent witness, was about to speak. The legend was about to become reality. The search for the Stardust was not over, it was only waiting for the right moment. That moment was about to arrive. 70 years later, in 2025, a rapidly warming planet set the stage for a breakthrough. Melting Arctic glaciers began to reveal secrets long hidden beneath the ice. A satellite, mapping the retreating ice, detected a metallic glint in a remote valley. Analysts realized the shape was unmistakably that of a plane. The coordinates matched the last known trajectory of the Stardust. The world was stunned. Could the legendary lost plane have finally been found? Plans for a recovery mission were launched at lightning speed. For the families, hope was reignited after decades of silence. The news spread quickly, connecting generations who had lived with unanswered questions. The Stardust was no longer just a legend, it was a real place, waiting to be explored. The Arctic was about to give up one of its most enduring secrets. The world watched, breathless, as the mission began. Closure, discovery, and history were suddenly within reach. The countdown to revelation had begun. The recovery mission was a race against the elements. The Stardust lay deep in a remote Arctic valley, accessible only by helicopter. A team of experts, mountaineers, glacier specialists, archaeologists, and historians, assembled for the challenge. The melting ice that revealed the plane also threatened to destroy it. The team established a base camp and began the delicate work of excavation. Seeing the Stardust for the first time was breathtaking, perfectly preserved, encased in blue-white ice. The cold had protected the plane, turning it into a time capsule. Every move was careful, every artifact documented. The work was slow, interrupted by sudden storms and shifting ice. Yet the team pressed on, driven by the weight of history. Each layer of ice brought them closer to the truth. The world followed their progress, captivated by the unfolding drama. The Stardust was slowly emerging from its frozen tomb. The mission was more than recovery. It was a rescue of lost history. The clock was ticking, but hope was stronger than ever. The truth was within reach. Inside the Stardust, time had stopped in 1955. Flight maps, a frozen cup of coffee, and an open logbook told of lives interrupted. Personal belongings, jackets, magazines, letters, painted a vivid picture of the crew. The most astonishing find was in the cargo hold. Not military secrets, but canisters of film and boxes of documents. These were first-hand accounts and photographs from indigenous Arctic communities, thought lost to history. The Stardust was on a secret anthropological mission, documenting cultures on the brink of disappearance. The film and notes were perfectly preserved, offering a window into a lost world. The discovery was breathtaking, a lost archive, not just a lost plane. The implications for history and anthropology were staggering. The crew had preserved a culture, even as their own fate was sealed. The Arctic had guarded this treasure for 70 years. Now it was ready to be shared with the world. The past was alive again. The Stardust findings shook the academic world. The recovered films and notes filled a major gap in Arctic history. They revealed a vibrant, complex society, not the primitive tribes once imagined. The crew's research included a dictionary of a language thought extinct and detailed records of social structures and traditions. The flight data recorder, a prototype for its time, finally solved the crash mystery. The pilot had made a controlled landing, not due to mechanical failure, but to deliver medical supplies during a deadly outbreak. The crew's final act was one of courage and sacrifice. They risked everything to help the people they had come to know. Their research was saved, their story transformed from tragedy to heroism. The Stardust was no longer a tale of loss, but of bravery and hope. History books were rewritten, and a lost culture was restored. The world saw the Arctic and its people through new eyes. The crew's legacy was finally revealed. Their sacrifice had meaning. The world finally met the 5 souls aboard the Stardust. Captain Eva Rostova, a pioneering female pilot, made the heroic landing that saved history. Her log revealed a deep love for the Arctic and unshakable courage. Co-pilot Samuel Jones, on his first major expedition, wrote home about the wonders he saw. Anthropologist Dr. Alistair Finch and Dr. Lena Petrova, a husband and wife team, lived among the people they studied, forging deep connections. Their notes showed empathy and respect for the cultures they documented. The 5th member, Kalen, an indigenous guide, was the bridge between worlds. His journal, written in 2 languages, offered a unique perspective and hope for his people's future. These were not just names, they were dreamers, explorers, and heroes. Their story became a lesson in courage, curiosity, and unity. Schools taught their legacy, inspiring new generations. The crew's sacrifice was honored around the globe. Their mission preserved more than culture, it preserved their own humanity. The Stardust crew became legends. The recovery of the Stardust changed how we see history. It proved that the past is alive, waiting to be rediscovered. An old plane in the ice corrected our understanding and gave voice to those thought lost. The crew's careful documentation allowed a lost culture to be reborn. For descendants, it brought closure and pride. For Arctic communities, it restored identity. The Stardust did more than rewrite history. It reconnected families and cultures. It reminded us that we are all part of a shared human story. The mission, frozen for 70 years, became a bridge between past and present. The echoes of the Stardust still teach us today. History is not just facts, it is living memory. The story endures, inspiring us to look deeper. The Arctic silence was finally broken. The tale of the Stardust is a call to keep exploring. The world still holds mysteries that can change our understanding of ourselves. Lost histories, hidden beneath ice or jungle, connect us to those who came before. Discoveries like the Stardust make history personal and relevant. They teach empathy, reveal forgotten heroism, and offer lessons for the future. The past is a library of wisdom. Ignoring it is perilous. By searching, we honor those who sacrificed for knowledge. Every discovery enriches us all. The crew of the Stardust hoped their work would be found. We must keep searching, for their sake and ours. The next great story may be waiting just beneath the surface.